friends, what's up? It's me, looksbylottie, and welcome to today's video. If this is your first time on my channel, then welcome. I'm so glad that you're here today. What's up? Tell me how you're doing down below. If this is your second, third, fourth, fifth, however many times that you've been here, then welcome back. I'm so glad that you're here today. Also, tell me how you're doing down below. I hope everybody had a safe holiday weekend, whether you celebrated it or didn't. That is totally your prerogative. My friend Jacob told me that every time I drink, I always stick my pinky up, and I didn't even realize it until he told me this week. So, alright, so just some household items. I did get my hair done. If you've been following me for a while, you know that I actually got highlights for the first time back at the end of April. And so this was my first time kind of touching them up, slash like touching up my roots. Well, didn't just touch up my roots, I got them done over. But this time, instead of using a more ashy toner, we used a golden iridescent toner. So it's gold with a little touch of ashiness. So this is what it looks like from the front. Here's my hair from the side, and here's my hair from the back. We did a full highlight, so we touched up underneath where my hair is darker, and then yeah, this is how it looks when I move it.
Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape.
So yeah, I really love how it looks. I also trimmed up my bangs and also got some face framing layers, which I think you can kind of see them. But yeah, I really like it. It's more natural for me, something a little bit different, and it's just so fun. And we even talked about getting lowlights for the fall. Ooh, very exciting. But as I mentioned in the description box of my last video, I am going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with the Glamlite X Mikayla palette. There's been a lot of buzz about this palette on the internet, but whether the shades are really good or not, about the formula. And I know that I had some issues when I did my last video, but I want to use as many colors as I can for this 3 looks 1 palette. So I'm planning on doing a look with the more neutral shades up here, then still using some neutral shades but adding some pops of color, and then doing an all colorful look. If that's something that you want to watch, then keep on watching because we're about to dive in. In addition to the palette, I am going to be using as many products from the Glamlite X Mikayla collection that I can because I can. I'm going to be using the icing base for all of the looks today, but I'm just going to show myself doing it for this one just to save time. And I know to put on a lot less this time around because I kind of embarrassed myself in that video. Alright, so I tried to film this last night and didn't go over very well, but I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna use basically these 2 rows. Definitely want to add a little bit of an orangey warmness because it'll just look great, I promise. So I'm thinking as a transition shade, we are going to go into Gemini, and we're just gonna put that kind of on the outer half of the crease and kind of flip it up a little bit. It looks weird, but it's fine. Why did I say fine like that? Now we're gonna pop Simba underneath in our crease and kind of build up on the lid as well, just on the outer corner. I have a feeling that Simba is like the name of her cat, which like, love that for you, Mikayla. I know you're probably not watching, but I'm telling you I love you for that. I'm also taking a little bit of that and blending it up into the shade that we put down previously. I popped a little bit more of Gemini on top where it was before just to bring the color back in. And now let's deepen it up with Hot Cocoa. Is it Hot Cocoa? Hot Cocoa? Let me know how you say it down below. Alright, now I'm going to take the shade Harley and I'm going to blend this out on top. Alright, last for the mattes, I'm gonna lightly take Willow because this looks like such a dark color. You gotta be really careful with it. I'm gonna tap that in the inner corner and deepen this up a little bit more. Alright, I'm gonna be taking the shade Glow Up and I'm gonna put it all on the inner corner of my lid. Yeah, of my lid. This is so pretty. Look at that. To add a little bit more sparkle, I'm going to take the shade Accent and I'm going to blend it in between the light shade and then all of our matte shades. For this look, since it's so light, I'm going to only add like a little line of eyeliner, and I'm actually going to use the lashes from the ColourPop X Bambi collection because they're just super light and I think they'll look really good with this look. Also, I'm going to go off and put on my base, and then we'll finish up our eyes and our lips. Yeah, let's do that right now. Face is on, looking snatched. We did a little bit of a light beat. I've been using the Fenty Beauty skin tint like every single day. Highly recommend. Let's finish up our lower lash line. I am going to take a mix of Simba and Hot Cocoa, I think, on my lower lash. Boop, 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 boop. Now to just soften it up, I'm gonna take Harley and blend out the bottom. Next, I'm just taking the highlighter from the Kaja Beauty Bento because it's pretty natural and not too blinding, and I'm just gonna put it on my face. I purposely chose not to wet my face so that it wouldn't be too blinding. Just gives a little glow. So I'm going to use this gloss for this look because it's just a nice neutral gloss, no shimmer or anything in it. To prepare for that gloss, I'm going to take the Live Glam X Laura Mulatto lipstick in shade 1992. I think that the warmer tones would look really good with this look. Alright, now let's put our gloss on. Okay friends, so here is look number 1. I think it's super cute. I really love the shimmers in this palette. They're so gorgeous. But I will say, but it was kind of hard to create a look that was like deep enough. You had like the very light shades and then you went immediately to dark. So for me it was kind of hard, but I think I was able to make it work and made this beautiful, stunning look. This would definitely be a first date look that I would wear if I wanted to intimidate someone, which I always want to intimidate my dates. All right, we're gonna go to the tutorial for the second look right now. All right, now it's time for look number 2. So in case you forgot, we're gonna be using some of the neutral shades and adding a pop of color down here. And also as an experiment, because I'm wearing my Fitbit, I've been wearing it more often. I've been like, you know, trying to get fit a little bit. But I wanna check to see if blending will give me any steps. So I've taken 26 steps today. To be fair, I just put it on. So at the end of this look, we're gonna see if I gained any steps. We'll see. So I'm thinking of doing neutral on top and then a pop of purple on the bottom. So let's start with our dark shade. We're gonna go in with How Ya Doin'. To soften up the edges, we're gonna take the shade Harley. I feel like I'm gonna hit pan on Harley first because I think I've used it the most. Next, let's take the shade Cookie and I'm going to put it on my lid to kind of deepen it up, make it vampy. I think I can go a little deeper with this look, so I'm gonna take Willow and pop it in the inner and outer corners. Inner, outer, yeah. I know my directions. Okay, I'm just gonna put some base on real quick because it would be weird if I did like my under eye without it, so I'll be right back. Base is on. As always, I'm looking great because I always look great, in case you didn't know. And now it's time to pop these purples on our eyes. So we're gonna take pot 2 and MJ. I'm just gonna mix them on the brush and then blend them on the lower lash line. I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner right here a little bit with Frisky, just slightly brushing up. And now taking a fluffy brush, I'm gonna take the shade Harley and just blend this out, smoke it out, do whatever. For this look, I am gonna add a little bit of liner and then also the brand new lashes, so. We are looking so good and so glam. I just lightly wet my face because we are gonna put the highlighter on. Also, I found out from the website that this has a name. It's called Poppin', which is relatable. For this look, we are going to use the kind of white light sparkle thing. And I know what I said, but this would still be kind of like a wearable look with a pop of color. So we're gonna use a kind of purple lipstick. I think I mentioned this collaboration before. This is with Shades of Pink, who is a local influencer in my area. I have yet to meet her, but we've almost crossed paths so many times. But she is so sweet and so nice. And so I highly suggest, if you like to support local influencers, pick this collection up. It is from One Click Beauty, and this is like the Be Seductive line. Do it, she's so cool. Yes.
Yes!
Vampy vibes only. All right, now let's lighten it up a little bit with our gloss. Alright friends, here is look number 2. What are we thinking? I'm thinking yes. You can do a whole bunch of variations on this look. For example, we have like the 2 blue shades where you can pop in. I mean, this pink is probably bold enough. I haven't tried it yet, we're going to soon. But this pink is probably bold enough to pop in. Or you can even use a shimmer on the lower lash line, like the world is your oyster. I'm just honestly living for the vampy vibes right now. Oh, before we move on to the third, let's see if I have... I almost did 300 steps from doing my makeup. I should take this off because I'm gonna scam the people in my work week hustle. I'm really sad to take this off, but I must. And so we're gonna go into our final look right now. All right, so this last look is going to be our color burst, just full on color, beautiful, crazy, whatever. Now, if you saw my last video, you know I had a hard time with good old Handy down here, but we're gonna give it a second shot. Don't fail me now. Your life depends on this. I made sure my brush was clean and I had a light coat of the icing base. So let's do this. It's fine, not as bright and punchy as I would want it though. I'm a little upset. Next, we're gonna take the best color and continue running it through the crease. It's blending well with the yellow, which is good. Didn't do that last time. Looks pretty good, y'all. So what I'm gonna do here is that I'm going to take Rhodey and I'm gonna kind of fan it up, but then also kind of bring it back down into the outer corner. That is really pretty, not gonna lie. Before we add any more color, I'm gonna make sure that these are all nicely blended into each other and also up and out. All right, so we're gonna put shimmers on the lid shape right here. I'm going to cut it with the icing base gently, and we're not gonna use a lot because we don't want to. So first I'm going to take the shade Simping, which I feel like I'm going to simp over this shade. I'm going to put it on the inner half of our cut crease. Great, so I put on some with the brush, but sometimes it looks a lot prettier when you apply it with your finger. So I'm gonna, ooh, yeah, you get a little more of a shimmer and shine. Now we're gonna fill the other half with the shade Immaculate. Is this the most immaculate shade ever? We'll see. I snapped today, you guys. So next what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna add some white eyeliner for a little bit of pop, and I'm going to put on the lashes Code Orange. I already cut them to my eye, and so it'll just be perfect. So see you 1 second. So I just did the rest of my face because I was like, we're already here. So I think for the bottom lash line, I'm just gonna take the same colors that we put on top and put them on the bottom. So blue, green, yellow. Let's do that now. Eyes are done. Yay! Gonna use the same highlight as before because once again, we love consistency here. And because we have such a bold look, I am gonna go in with a more natural lip, but we're gonna add my favorite gloss because duh. Okay guys, here is our final look of the day. This is probably my favorite. I just love to play with colors and kind of get out of my comfort zone almost, but just play around and do something a little different. I think that this turned out beautifully. But I think it's time to tell you guys my final thoughts after doing multiple looks over multiple hours. I think that this is a pretty good palette. Is it the world's best palette? No, that doesn't exist. I think the pigment is pretty good over the majority of these. This is not what I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a little more punchier, but it did go on pretty well